is a process of decisions podcast.
This is Trent Thomas, your recovery peer support specialist. Tonight's episode is entitled Intimacy in Recovery. Intimacy is defined as an intimate act, including sexual intercourse. It is also defined as being able to share a whole range of thoughts, feelings, and experiences that we have as humans. It involves being open and talking through your thoughts and emotions, letting your guard down, being vulnerable. Intimacy includes showing someone else how you feel and what your hopes and dreams are. Intimacy is an action word. It involves taking action and, in fact, taking a risk. To be intimate, one must give something of themselves. One must remove the barriers that we construct to protect our most hidden secrets. When we become intimate, we uncover ourselves. We expose ourselves. This can be physically as well as mentally. Often it entails both. In being intimate, it can involve the act of sex or not. For a person who suffers from the disease of addiction, this becomes a steep hill to climb. First and foremost, it counteracts a disease which exists in lying and deceit. When in active addiction, I could not be true to myself, much less someone other than myself. Hiding my dark actions and hidden agenda had become a way of life. I lied to live and lived to lie. The truth was not in me. When it came to women and relationships, I used women just like I used drugs. Self satisfaction was my only goal. My motivation was self gratification. Intimacy was avoided at all costs. I would rather pay for this self gratification than submit to being truly honest and intimate. Such became the existence of my relationships, transactional functions of exchange. My goals were blatant and obvious to get more of what I had convinced myself I needed to survive, and that was the substances that hijacked my mind into servitude. My daily decision was to get more. One was too many, and 1,000 was not enough. Women and sex were all a part of these equations. For the unfortunate women who wanted more from me while I was in active addiction, they became fodder in my canon of life. I was incapable of honesty. My moral center was lost to the darkness of an addictive lifestyle. Consume, consume, consume. I was on the treadmill of self deception. And when one is lying to himself, it is impossible for him to be truthful with someone other than himself. You can only do what you know. And all I knew was how to deceive to get what I wanted. I became good at the practices I enjoyed. I served the things I craved. Pleasure was my God. Drink, drugs, and sex were my necessary components for the life I had chosen to live. Intimacy demands honesty and self sacrificing. One must give up serving oneself and serve someone other than yourself. When I chose to serve the God of my understanding, he demanded honesty. Truth is the requirement of serving God. Being truthful with yourself and all those you come in contact with is mandatory if one is to be in service to God. Intimacy requires pulling back the drapes and revealing the innermost compartments of one's mind and heart. Intimacy demands you uncover the deepest elements of your conscious life. Intimacy is a risk. For a person in recovery, intimacy requires you first be intimate with yourself. When I revealed who I was in active addiction, all the things I had done in service to a drink and a drug, I then removed all the guilt and shame. I erased all the reasons I had to hide my bad past behavior. By admitting what I had done, I was only then able to commit those decisions to the trash heap of history. My admissions promptly permitted the opportunity to do better. I could never change the bad past decisions, but I could do better. and thus erase them from my future life. By doing better today, I create a new tomorrow, a better future, more rewards and less consequences. My missions release me from the shame and horror I hid from. My ability to be intimate suddenly became possible. Once I became honest with myself, I could then be honest with someone other than myself. Today, I choose to be intimate and receive the rewards of being in a committed, intimate relationship. A relationship that improves every day because I don't seek only my benefits, but I am concerned and loyal to someone other than myself. I have learned you get what you give. When you find the right person, your investment of intimacy reaps the rewards of positive reinforcement. A relationship that supports you, positive affirmations. A relationship that builds you up and does not tear you down. A relationship where you can share all those tools you formerly used in exchange for your drink and drug. Now you give it freely for the reward of gratitude and a strong bond. Intimacy produces a release of pent up emotions and underlying anxiousness. Intimacy assists in the true soul searching that we engage in as we delve into the deeper meaning of life. The joy one experiences when you have a true partner to share it with is unexplainable and deeply rewarding. The art of giving and receiving makes for a happy existence, never lonely, but in fact always engaged in meaningful existence, sharing your life with another person who equally gives and receives the enriching interchange from one human to another. Intimacy is that risky endeavor that delivers harmony and connectivity in a means that highlights the wisdom of a creator who saw that man should not be alone, but rather should have a complementary creation that would inspire understanding. A complement which together nothing was unachievable and life was truly worth living. Intimacy produces a life that can be happy, joyous, and free. This is Trent Thomas on Recovery is a Process of Decisions podcast. Please leave your inspiring comments at transnetrecover.com/podcast. And feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Hashtag TransNetRecover. Thank you.